Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Fun in the Locker Room, 89.1 FM, WXVU, Villanova's student-run radio. How's everyone doing today? How's your mama? How's the family? Happy Thanksgiving week. Great time for the holidays, obviously. Thanksgiving, a lot of people say, as soon as Halloween's over, you can listen to Christmas music. I personally disagree. I think that, Thanksgiving needs to have its time to shine. But... all that matters is the end of Thanksgiving is the signaling officially, universally for Christmas time, which is always a great time. But let's appreciate Thanksgiving, what we have, and let's, I guess we should talk about what we're grateful for. Sean, what are you grateful for this year?
I'm thankful for the show. I'm thankful you, Truett.
Oh, stop it. Liam, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for all of Rank's just outlandish, terrible takes. They make me very happy.
Wow. I'm thankful for Villanova sports and Villanova basketball, and we'll get into the tragedy that happened last week. But as always, let's start the show with our Monday Night Football picks. Excuse me. Whoa. Sorry, our takeaways and overreaction for the weekend, and I'm getting ahead of myself again. I need to get our shameless plugs out of the way. Twitter, Fun in the Locker Room Twitter. Make sure to go follow that right now. The YouTube for all the past recordings of the shows from this entire semester. Go back, listen to some takes, laugh at us for what we got wrong, do all that at your own discretion. There's some great clips on there, especially that we have a clip of Liam just absolutely roasting Kevin Durant after they got swept by the Celtics last year. It's a great listen. I recommend if you're having a bad day to go listen to that. And finally, let's get into the takeaways, overreactions from the weekend. Busy weekend here in the NFL. Sean, what do you have?
The Chiefs are the new Patriots. I feel like every week, no matter the year, no matter the game, they have a chance to win every game. Patrick Mahomes is just ridiculous. The way that we used to think about Tom Brady, and that if you gave him the ball with any time left in the game, you knew Tom Brady was going to drive down the field and win the game, is the same way I feel about Patty Mahomes now. No matter what the score is, no matter what the situation is, he can find a way to win the game. He doesn't always win the game, but he can almost always find a way to win the game. And I love it, and it's ridiculous. And if you're a Chiefs fan, you just got to enjoy it right now, because speaking from experience, you never know when it's going to end.
I love that take, Sean. I think it's not even a question. Patrick Mahomes is just the best player in the world right now. He has proven itself time and time again that just him being on the field gives you a chance to win, and we've said it for, since the beginning of college, the Chiefs are just always the favorite. They're always the favorite because they have that man on their team.
And we all doubted them last year a little bit.
Yeah,
in the early season, we doubted them, but they just prove us wrong every year. Like every year, I could pencil them in as an AFC Championship game appearance.
Yeah.
For the rest of Patty Mahomes' contract. Like, use Tyreek Hill, and everybody's like, oh, my God, this offense is going to, go down. They're still best offense in the league. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that take. I'm curious why you have that take now and not, well,
just because
2 years ago.
He did it again, though.
Yeah. No, he's pretty crazy. And I don't even want to go into, further detail because we all know what Patrick Mahomes does. No Tyreek Hill, it doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to win games.
A minute 13.
I do
plays.
think if he didn't have Travis Kelce, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's like saying, if Jordan didn't have Pippen, Mahomes and Kelce, it's peanut butter and jelly. They're just they the greatest 1-2 combo, past Brady and Gronk or past Brady and whoever. Yeah,
absolutely. At this point,
yeah,
it's crazy. What they can do in the football field. I saw a stat going to this game. Apparently, Derwin James is Travis Kelce's kryptonite, apparently. And then Travis Kelce scored 3 touchdowns last night.
Yeah. Not very kryptonite.
No.
There.
Nothing can stop him. It's ridiculous. He just, once again, just can drive on the field and do anything he wants on the football field. He makes it look so effortlessly. I just have nothing else to say about Patrick Mahomes. He is the best quarterback in the league right now, and should be MVP every year.
You know what's crazy, and we can get into this game a little bit right now. I think when the Chargers scored a touchdown there, I think there was more of a chance that Mahomes led a game-winning drive than not.
Oh yeah, the odds might still favor the.
They might have. They actually might have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's doing things that, like, athletically we haven't seen before.
No.
A quarterback like this that can throw, run, just IQ off the charts. Perfect game manager. He just does everything well. He excels in every single facet.
And he just keeps getting better.
He really does. He really does. They did a good job protecting him yesterday, and when you give Patrick Mahomes protection, the Chiefs are always in the game.
Yeah.
Always.
100%.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. I don't think we're going to see any changes from Patrick Mahomes going forward. Liam, what is your take?
Yeah, so last week I was ridiculed for coming on the show and calling the 8-1 Vikings frauds. And you know what? They showed it this weekend. They got absolutely smoked, absolutely demolished by the Dallas Cowboys. What was the final score? You guys want to enlighten me on that?
It was 40-3.
40-3. Yeah. I don't want to hear best team in the NFC. I don't want to hear that anymore. They're frauds. They barely snuck by a bunch of bad teams, and they got exposed for the frauds that they are this week. That's my take.
I don't think any of us were arguing that they were the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
We can run the clip. We'll run the clips back.
But
Yeah.
it was a terrible game. I'm not sure. I at some point in the third quarter, it was probably ended up being more, but I saw that Kirk Cousins got sacked 6 times midway through the third quarter. It was probably like 8 sacks end of the game. He had no time to throw the ball. The offensive line was like a sponge, like anybody could get through. It was a terrible game.
Yeah, Sean, they had 7 total sacks.
Yeah. It was terrible.
13 QB hits.
He had no time to do anything. It's exposed as what the Vikings are. They have a terrible offensive line. If you give him time to throw the ball, he's got weapons to do it. But going against the Cowboys, who I don't think it's an argument, they have the best defense in the league. Like you can't do that with a bad offensive line.
Their drives for the Vikings started with a fumble by Kirk Cousins, forced by Micah Parsons, then a field goal. It was 3-3, looking strong. Punt, down 21-3 at halftime. Immediately give up a touchdown. Punt, give up a touchdown. Punt, end of the game.
Tough.
That is just a bad way to play football. And I'm going to double down on what Sean said here. I don't think any of us were saying that they were the best.
We'll run the tapes back.
Yeah, we can run that. I mean, I think everyone's seen, like on like NFL memes or Bleacher Report or something. They're picking apart the record. They're really analyzing that. Week 1 you beat the Aaron Rodgers team. You lose to the Eagles week 2. You beat the Lions, who somebody bring up the Lions record right now. They were 1-2 at the time.
Yeah,
they're actually 4-6. So that's, but Lions are the Lions. You honestly illegally beat the Saints overseas.
They're a good team though.
Andy Dalton. You beat the Bears. Tua was God knows where his headspace was when they beat them. The Cardinals are frauds this year. The Commanders suck, and you beat them by 3. The Bills was a good win. And then you lose to the Cowboys.
Keep in mind, too, all these games that they won are one-score games. Every single one, besides week 1. Every single one.
So are the Giants games. They were both
The Giants are...
Obviously, yes, but...
What do you say about the Giants?
The Giants got beat by the Lions.
Yeah. But I feel like if you look at the NFL, it's just a lot of close games. You just need to find ways to win close games. The Vikings have consistently done that. This was a terrible game, exposed their offensive line problems.
Yeah.
But they're still a top 3 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, top 3 seed.
It's all going to depend on match. I feel like the entire NFL playoffs this year are going to depend on who's playing who. Because if the Vikings can avoid the Cowboys and the Eagles, then they're probably going to the Super Bowl because nobody else has got a pass rush like those 2 teams.
All I'm saying is last week, Sean, your takeaway was you like that.
I know. But I think it's just showing that every NFC team has a weakness, and there's certain teams that can capitalize on the weakness, and it's going to see who's playing who and who can get through.
I feel like capitalize on a weakness is like if the Cowboys came in and beat them in a one-score game. This is just completely not trying to find out how to phrase this appropriately.
They got demolished.
Demolished. Thank you.
But like, I don't know. You can blame it on the offensive line because they have the skill position players and they've won a lot of close games
Against bad teams.
They beat the Bills.
Okay, that's one good win.
You got to beat bad teams.
You do have to beat bad teams. I'll give them that. They can beat bad teams, but didn't look.
It looked terrible.
Didn't look too good.
It looked
yesterday.
terrible.
We'll see how it goes. They play the Pats and the Jets after these next 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to go with my take. This is a last-minute take, but I'm going to use this beautiful airtime I've been gifted and I'm grateful for to take a big dump on the Broncos. This is a weekly thing now. It's not even really a hot take. This is just kind of something I like to do. Lost in OT to the Raiders. And if for anyone to see that play, wow. And you know what? What makes this even sweeter, you were at home, so all those people that live in Denver, no offense to people that live in Denver, but it's cold. You probably hate your life a little bit. You go to this Broncos game and you just absolutely, just see a terrible performance put on. Not even really by Russell Wilson at this point. Even though, no touchdowns, but 24 for 31. That's not terrible. 247 yards. Absolutely no rushing game. I don't know what's going on. Latavius Murray is the other one back now. Melvin Gordon is somehow back in the rotation. Nothing too bad offensively. But god darn that defense, dude. What is going on? You're making Derek Carr look like Dan Marino out here with 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Only sacked him once. And this is a Raiders team that was coming in 2-7. I feel like you should be able to get more than 1 sack. Josh Jacobs pretty much gets to do anything he wants to, you guys. And then, of course, Devontae Adams, we know how good he is, but still, to give up 141 yards on 7 receptions, so that's 20 yards a reception, 2 touchdowns, that's kind of ridiculous. And, really, nothing needs to be said more than just that final play. Patrick Surtain got wrecked, got destroyed by a double move. And, it looks like I thought Devontae Adams was going to sit down and pitch a tent. He was just so wide open. There was no one nearby, plenty of time. It's embarrassing, and I just can't wait for the 2023 NFL draft.
To update my favorite stat of the year, the Broncos would be 9-1 if they scored 18 points in regulation.
Yeah.
My God.
Shout out to the Raiders because 2 of their 3 wins this season come against the Broncos.
Swept the series.
Yeah, swept the series.
I don't understand the Broncos. I don't understand it. You can't even play them on the defense. Obviously, the last play of the game was bad, but your offense has to put up more than 16 points.
Yeah.
You can't win football games putting up 16 points a game.
Was that 3 field goals and a touchdown?
Yeah.
Yikes. It's bad.
They're the king of field goals. Brandon McManus is getting a lot of work.
Yeah, and especially, you're giving up 20, the Raiders are giving up 29 to the Cardinals. They're giving up 30 to the Chiefs. They're getting up 24 to the Saints, 27 to the Jags, 25 to the Colts, and you can't put up more than 16.
Oh my. They have the least points for in the entire NFL
The Broncos?
by 20 plus points. Yeah. That's like an extra game. Well, for them 2 games, but
They stink.
They stink.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the Broncos anymore. They make me angry.
All right, boys, what game are we talking about now?
Can we talk about the Thursday night?
Yeah.
Titans-Packers?
Yeah.
Our weekly segment of destroy the Packers.
Yeah.
And Aaron
Packers
Rodgers.
just stink.
Yeah.
They just stink. Everyone knew it was just they knew they were going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry every single time, still couldn't stop him. They made Ryan Tannehill look like a Hall of Famer. It's just they're such a bad team. The Packers are just such a bad team. Aaron Rodgers didn't even play that terribly. He had 2 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, completion percentage was awful. once again, the Green Bay run game is just non-existent, and they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. Who's the only guy they really needed to stop.
I don't think I can remember the last time that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers did not finish above 500. It might be like 30 years because they went from Favre to Rodgers, but they are going to finish below 500 this year. They are absolutely terrible. They can't stop, as Liam said. The Titans, literally, they're just going to feed Derrick Henry the ball. Just stop this man. Stop him from getting downhill. He takes a while to speed up. Like, just hit him. Can't do anything like that.
To be fair, I mean, 87 yards on 28 carries is not, like, prototypical Derrick Henry production.
No, but it's still enough. Like, it's just...
The man was throwing touchdowns, though, so that's... Yeah. Maybe stop that.
I just don't know. Rodgers is over the hill, and he should have retired.
Not to beat a dead horse, but Derrick Henry had far and beyond a better QBR and QB rating than Russell Wilson. And Aaron Rodgers, for that matter.
Deserved.
And they just don't run the ball enough. The running game's not going. Like Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are two, in my mind, good running backs who just cannot get going either.
Just a bad, sorry team.
Can we play our fun game of...
Who is Treylon Burks?
He's the Titans rookie. Who came back the week before this one. He had a good game.
He had a very good game, yeah. Just wondering why they're giving up 111 yards to this guy.
Randall Cobb, leading wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Fun game of who...
What is this? What is this? 2011?
I mean,
where's Jordy Nelson on the list?
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver 3, on a playoff team right now.
He's
No, he's wide receiver
wide receiver
4.
wide receiver 4.
On a last place team.
The dude's like 50 years old.
All right, I was trying to give him some sort of credit. I mean, he put up 70 yards, Caught every target, but...
Congrats.
All right.
He's 32. He's been around forever.
He does feel like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
He does have some beautiful green eyes.
Wow.
Just going to say that.
Wow.
Yeah, anything more we want to say about this?
No.
I think we're good to move on.
All right, Sean, let's talk about Giants, Lions. Not to make you sad, but
Yeah. Saquon never got going. It was a terrible game plan from the start. Daniel Jones had a good game for a while. He actually threw the ball really well. Obviously, 2 picks were not great, but in a game that we got down early and he had to throw the ball a lot more than he typically is used to, he did decently well with those opportunities. A lot of injuries. Our starting cornerback, Adoree Jackson, at 3 to 5 weeks with a sprained MCL.
So he's your return man too, right?
He was a return man.
That's bad.
It was a bad decision having him return. You don't want your starting cornerback returning punts. I don't think that's a smart plan for anybody.
what's his name?
Adoree Jackson.
Who's this wide receiver Robinson that's out this year?
Yep, Wan'Dale Robinson, our second-round pick this year. Also out of the season with torn ACL. Yeah, our healthy wide receivers going into this week against the Cowboys is... One second, let me just pull it up for fun.
Ooh.
Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodgins, Michael Johnson, Richie James, and
Who?
David Sills.
Who are these guys?
And Kenny Galladay, of course, who doesn't play because he's absolutely terrible.
How's Thibodeau doing?
Nothing. Our pass rush has been absolutely
Really?
Didn't he have a good
god
game
awful.
too?
He had that one good game against the
Yeah.
Ravens.
That's it.
That's it.
I saw he had a nice deflection yesterday, but I mean it didn't matter.
Our rushing defense is really good. Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams up in the middle do a good job with that. But yeah, our pass rush has been non-existent. We need to get more pressure on the quarterback, especially against these Cowboys. I'm scared for this Cowboys game. I'm really hoping OBJ decides to sign with us this week.
He'd instantly be wide receiver 1.
Oh, yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Are you worried that
Probably get 12 targets.
following the, one-score win versus the Jaguars, you're 6-1, and now you're 7-3, and with the only win being against the Texans, 1-score game. Are you worried at all?
Well, it depends on what your expectations were for the season.
Are you?
My hopes are for...
How are you feeling following the Jaguars win compared to now? Like, what's the? Is there any difference in feeling there?
I think I'm only a little concerned because the Commanders are now 6-5,
They've looked good,
and
too.
they've looked good, and the entire my hope right now is we just get a playoff game. I want a playoff game, and because
You still have to play the Commanders twice.
you get in a playoff game and you can do anything. Like our first round match right now is against the Buccaneers. I think if the season ended
It's
today,
a very winnable game.
which is a winnable game.
Sean, this is not an easy schedule
It's
going
not
forward.
at all.
No, the Giants
Not
have
at all.
the second hardest
Cowboys,
schedule.
Commanders twice, Eagles twice,
Vikings.
and then hopefully Jeff Saturday's not coaching the Colts at the time.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, it's a very hard schedule on the stretch. This is going to prove whether this Giants team is legit or not and what our offseason plans are going to be. I am scared, terrified, feel like I'm going to be let down, disappointed, but I have hope.
Would you be disappointed if, I guess 4-3, if you went 4-3 in this stretch, so 11-7, is that
That's amazing.
that's good? What if
That's
it was
a great
Because
season.
I'm flip flopping the Cowboys game. So what if it was 3-4? You go 10 and no, not 3-4. Yeah, 3-4. You go 10-7.
Lovely. I just want a playoff game.
if the
If the
Giants
Giants make the playoffs, it's a great
if
season.
the Giants go 10-7, that's got to be a successful season.
Yeah.
Like by all means.
Okay. I didn't know if expectations have changed since being
Coming in with
6-1.
like 4 wins was our expectations.
right.
Like
No, but if they've changed,
I know
since
they've
being
changed, but
6-1.
we just have a hard schedule down the stretch. Showing improvement. You guys just read through my wide receiver core. Like, my God,
Yeah.
like who are these people trying to
Terrible.
catch the ball?
Absolutely.
In fact,
terrible.
Daniel Jones is doing anything like this. I really hope OBJ signs. He's between us and the Cowboys right now, which would be
If he went to
it's a
Dallas,
gut punch if he goes to Dallas.
Oh,
It is like
Lord.
it's so exciting if he comes to us. So like, I'm either gonna be really disappointed or really happy. But yeah, I'm scared for this Cowboy game. I think we can beat the Cowboys. I think we can beat anybody. But we just have to play perfect football. And we'll see what happens.
Perfect football, man. It's a lot to ask, though. How about Eagles-Colts? A game that I was really excited when the Colts were up because I wanted the Eagles to be, I guess, exposed, which I know our Eagles listeners are not going to like. But, you know, the Commanders game. Actually, first, let's talk about the Commanders game, since that was the Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say this for the later segment, but let's just, say it now. We did our double or nothing last week, and Sean actually won. The Commanders did win.
And reverse covered.
Yeah, reverse
Covered with a last-minute fumble touchdown.
It was awesome.
Sean, did you really think that the Commanders were going to win?
Yeah, I did.
You really did.
Taylor Heineke's a dog.
You really did. You're not just saying that.
I did. I had a feeling about that game.
So we gave Sean two Ws. I still got a W, and then Liam took an L.
Back
We'll-
in first
we'll-
round.
we'll save
wanted
that.
to take the birds, but
We'll save that for our segment. But yeah, what does it say about the Eagles, and what does it say about the Commanders?
I think the Eagles are in trouble. I think they're being exposed for not a great rushing defense. They're having to fight through these games. Even the week before the Commanders game, we talked about the Texans game where it was like not as big.
yeah. So it doesn't matter when the Vikings beat bad teams by 3. Oh, they're still great. They're still top 3 team. But when the Birds beat the Colts by 1,
All right.
it's
Eagles
the
are
other way
talked about
around.
being the top team in the NFC by far, 8-0, and now they're like 9-1, and we're a little sketchy of his last 2 games.
Make it make sense. Ooh, I'll just keep going. They didn't even get blown out by the Commanders either. They lost by 11, but they lost by a touchdown. Because that last 5 points, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't lose by 37.
It was a bad game by the Vikings.
Okay, sorry. You can go back.
Are you concerned about the Eagles?
A little bit. Purely because of their division.
This is going to play the Cowboys again.
Yeah. Cowboys, Giants twice. Do they play the Commanders anymore or no?
Do not play the Commanders anymore.
I mean, Cowboys and Giants twice. Those are going to be dogfights, but
Yeah. The NFC it's the NFC beast now, and it's going to be a grind down the stretch.
let's see. I mean,
Who would have thought that freshman year?
they play the
I mean-
Packers, Titans, Giants, Bears, Cowboys, Saints, Giants. It's not the hardest schedule at all. I mean, Packers, Titans, you have the Bears in there too. I think the Eagles are still looking at, 12, 13?
Yeah,
13
absolutely.
wins.
12, 13 wins. They're probably still finished with the top seed in the NFC, I'd say.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean,
And coming and playing Philly is gonna be a hard task.
Yeah,
for
I'm not. I
playoffs.
guess I'm not really worried for them because I mean, honestly, they just have to coast kind of to the playoffs. They're not playing. Their schedule's not that hard. I think that top seed, is very doable. They're gonna get that. Come playoff time with all those rowdy fans at the link, I wouldn't want to play there.
No,
You
it's
saw
a tough place to play.
You saw their coach up on the bench.
Yeah.
cheering the Colts fans.
He
Man.
fits the city well, as much as I hate it.
Philly. I don't know. I'm not worried for the Eagles. I think
They just
they're
went
gonna
from
be okay.
looking unbeatable for a while of the season to seeming beatable
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. 2-game stretch, happens. I think they'll be okay though. I think they'll be okay.
All right, gentlemen. Let's talk about the game last night. Chiefs Chargers. Sean, I mean, we kind of touched. Is there anything more that we need to say? We touched.
I
on
want
it.
to talk about the Chargers real quick because I feel like Herbert. I don't understand the Chargers. I feel like for our entire lifetime, from Phillip Rivers to Justin Herbert, they should be a better team that's making the playoffs, making these runs. And for some reason, Liam loves talking about the stat about their special teams being really bad that one year. But I feel like it's always the Chargers
Yeah.
just never make the playoffs.
They just can't get it done. They gave Patrick Mahomes too much time yesterday.
Yeah.
We always talk about, let's because we always talk about the Austin Eckler thing. So let's throw that to the side for a second. Yeah, that defense. I think we said this last time they played the Chiefs. No, maybe we're talking about the Niners. But when you're playing the Chiefs and you have now they have Bradley. No, they have Khalil Mack now. Khalil Mack and Bosa. J.C. Jackson's out. Derwin James, looks like he should be a top safety. I don't get, Yes, we were just talking about with Sean's take that Patrick Mahomes, you always give him a chance in the game no matter how much time, but still, it was just way too easy for the amount of talent you have on that defense. I'm not really going to talk about Herbert that much because I think Herbert did look good.
But what's the problem? I don't understand. Every single week, there's always a problem, and they can never find ways to win games. I feel like they're just the opposite of the Vikings and the Giants, just find these ways to scrap by win games. The Chargers can never find a way to win a game.
Find ways to lose games.
Yeah,
Their problem this week was that they played the Chiefs. He gave Patrick Mahomes a minute. What was it, a minute 53 or something? And that, come on now. They didn't look bad. They just. You need to get one stop. You need your defense to get one stop. You put up 27 points against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, that puts you in a position to win.
I would love to figure out why are the Chargers 5-5.
I was thinking about this before the show.
This
I
is
wanted
the
to come
$1
on and
billion
say
question.
something.
They're a very play up, play down team. They play their competition. I mean, against they put up a good game against the Chiefs, but they have some losses this season where it's come on, They haven't looked good all season. They haven't looked good.
This is now their third single score loss.
Yikes.
I just go up. I feel like there's certain teams that can find ways to win close games, and the Chargers just can't.
They've also won. They've won some close games against some terrible teams.
Yeah.
Texans, Browns, Broncos, Falcons, and the Raiders. All
talent-
their wins have been one score.
The talent they have on this team, you look at the wide receiving core. You have Keenan Allen, you got Mike Williams, Josh Palmer went off yesterday. I don't understand
This is
it.
a talented roster.
And
I don't get it.
And they've had multiple head coaches throughout these stretches of just consistently average. I really have no clue.
Okay, so this team's at 500 right now. There's 7 games left. I want you guys to choose the wins or losses going forward. At Cardinals is the next game.
Loss.
Loss to the Cardinals.
They should win that game. It should be a win. It's a win.
You think it's a win?
Yeah, I'm calling a win.
At Raiders.
Loss.
Win.
So we got 0-2-2-0 versus Dolphins at home.
Loss.
Oh, God.
I don't believe in this team at all. I'm
0-3, Sean.
Loss.
2-1. Titans at home.
I'll give them that game.
Loss. They lose that game.
Okay, so you're 2-2. You're
2-2.
1-3.
2-2.
You're 1-3.
1-3. 1-3.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-3. At Colts.
They lose that game.
Primetime
Loss.
game.
Lose that game.
Loss.
Okay, you guys got to keep track of that. I don't know.
2-3, 1-4.
versus Rams at home,
Win.
prime time,
They'll win that game.
and then at Broncos.
They win that game.
If it's for them to get into the playoffs, the Chargers,
Yeah, then they'll lose
then
it.
they're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
Did you go 3-4?
Yeah.
And you said
4-3.
4-3.
So 9-8,
So still around 500. This team's
Yeah.
still gonna finish around 500.
which I don't think,
But if you look at the
Might
schedule,
not
they
be-
shouldn't.
and it might not be good enough for them to get into the playoffs.
yeah,
They're
it might
playing-
Not.
It might
It
not.
really might
It
not.
Might not.
They're playing 5 below 500 teams to finish the stretch. In the Cardinals, Raiders, Colts, Rams, and Broncos, they should finish the stretch 5-2.
They should.
They should,
They
at
should.
least.
They're not, you
At
know
least
they're
5-2.
not
They
going to.
won't, but they should.
Yeah.
The Chargers are once again going to be playing that last game of the
Yeah.
year for a playoff spot, and once again they're going to choke it.
Well, right now they're 5-5. They're the 9 seed.
The Broncos,
So they're
are going
not
to put up
even in it.
30 points on the Chargers. I'm going to beat the Chargers 30-27.
Yeah.
Call it right now.
I mean, it's just there's so many better teams in the AFC. I don't think a 500 record's gonna get them in there.
And the crazy part is, we went from last year and the beginning of this year talking about this team as possibly a 4-team like playoff teams,
Yeah.
and now they're getting at 1.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
The AFC East might get 4 teams in.
Yeah. That's jeez.
All right, can we talk about the Jets? Because I want to.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
I hate Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is a bum.
It's
He should be
terrible.
benched. He takes no responsibility for the absolute terrible play he did. In his press, do you see his press conference,
think
Stuart? It
That's-
was terrible.
That's the worst part of it.
He goes in there and says, "Did you
Worst
let your defense down?" No. Then he gets asked, "Your wide receivers seem frustrated with you." He goes, "I'm frustrated with them."
Oh, brother, what are you doing, man? See, I don't understand how he can do that. The Jets are 6-4. Nobody thought they were going to be here. Zach Wilson, own up and take some responsibility. You put up 3 points, man.
Joe Flacco has more passing touchdowns this year than you.
Sean, do you know what their yards per play was in the second half?
Like 3.
It was 2.77 inches.
My God, 7 inches.
Inches. Now, granted, it's a lot of inches, but not in a football game.
Had a QBR of 24. His rating was 50. Can it get worse than that? 9 for 22. 77 yards. Ugh.
I mean, I'll double down. The lack of accountability is terrible, and I get with professional athletes, like, not that it's like justified, but I understand sometimes why accountability is an issue in pro sports, because you're hot shit, in high school, in college, you get drafted high. You're the man your entire life. You're not expected to really have any accountability because you're just dominating at every level. And then you get to the pros, and I understand how that could be a huge, a tough transition. But at the same time, the lack of accountability is crazy. Like, he objectively let his defense down. To give up 3 points, like, forget the last play, like the punt return touchdown, whatever. 3 points, it's ridiculous. You've definitively let them down. I didn't see enough of the game to know if his comment about the wide receivers was any bit justified. Like, oh, I'm frustrated with them, but I know the rest of the offenses. I saw a report today that said that there's a lot of concern about the lack of accountability, and honestly, I think that's a Zach Wilson problem, and also a Robert Saleh thing that he's got to. You need to, and maybe it's not just him, the QB coaches, the offensive coordinator. You need to hold him accountable too, and say, look at the numbers. Like, the numbers don't lie in the situation. Look at the tape. The tape's not going to lie. It's pathetic.
I think Salah's got to make a change, because I feel like we talk about this week in and week out, how the Jets have quarterback problems. They're literally a quarterback away.
Oh yeah, the defense is really good.
Defense is really, really good. They just had that one lapse, literally the last play of the game. There's special teams, but I mean, you absolutely cannot put up 3 points as a quarterback and then deflect. It's so weak. It's a terrible mindset, and that's how you get alienated off the team. I think Sal has no choice but to play Flacco next game.
Oh, absolutely.
especially after these comments. You're not mature enough. You're not mature enough to be the leader of this team.
You got your bench for that.
Have to. Hopefully the Jets can turn around going forward. I know they play the Bears next, so hopefully they can win that game. I'd really like to see them in the playoffs this year because I think they're electric. But if Zach Wilson's at the helm, things could fall apart very quickly. They could.
Anything about the Patriots before we move on?
No.
Damn.
Lucky.
It's a resounding no.
Lucky.
Okay. All right. Unlucky, yeah. We are going to read a couple of advertisements before we get into the rest of our games, and then get into our NFL trivia, our Monday Night Football, NBA, Villanova basketball, World Cup. But right now, I want everyone to know that V89.1 FM, The Roar, is proud to announce that we can now be heard on 89.1 all day, every day, for the first time in Villanova's history. Listen to our programming anywhere in the main line on 89.1, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with our now full-time FM signal. And also, WXVU is very proud to debut The Morning Roar, our brand new weekly morning show. Every Friday at 8 a.m. for 1 full hour, we'll discuss the latest happenings at Villanova, bring you news, sports, in-depth interviews, and all kinds of cool features. That's The Morning Roar this and every Friday at 8 a.m. only on Villanova's V89.1 FM, The Roar. All right, gentlemen, what game are we looking at now?
Let's just finish this Cowboy-Viking game because we've touched on that briefly. Anything else we have to say about that?
I think we pretty much hit the nail on the head. The Cowboys are gonna be good.
Yeah.
Cowboys are a good team.
Defense is really good.
Are there any teams ahead of the Cowboys besides the Eagles?
And the Vikings.
Hold on.
Yeah.
In terms of favorites to win the NFC.
Well, betting odds, the Niners are above them.
The Niners?
Really?
The Niners.
Yeah.
Are above the Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm almost positive on that stat.
Well, that's a weird stat.
What? The Niners?
Yeah. NFC betting odds right now are Eagles at plus 240, Niners at plus 350, Vikings at plus 450, Cowboys at 600.
Wow. So the Vikings and the Niners are above them.
Where are the Seahawks on there?
The Vikings probably hasn't been updated since this past game, but then it goes.
Oh God!
Wait, that's 1 second.
Oh no!
Okay, then it's Tampa Bay at plus 700. Then we get a big jump here. Seahawks at plus 2200.
Oh,
Giants plus 2500.
sleep. Stay sleeping.
Yeah, and then it's Packers, Rams, Cardinals.
We have a bye week, and suddenly everyone forgets about us. Bengals, Steelers. What do we got there?
Joe Burrow's a real deal. The Bengals played well, but once again, this offensive line is terrible.
I'm just still in shock that the Niners are that much favorite betting odds. They're right now. They're lucky that they played a less game than the Commanders because they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Is making the playoffs, and they're going to do that because they have so much talent on that team.
If they had another game and the season ended, they wouldn't be in the playoffs right now.
I know.
That's crazy. Sorry.
No, you're good. Cincinnati, I hope Joe Mixon's okay. I know he was out with a concussion, but Samaje Perine had some great moments. Caught all 4 of his targets for 52 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Being really a weapon in the rushing and passing game, stepping up when Joe Mixon goes out. Good for him. Next man up mentality. Joe Burrow did his thing. This was just a slugfest, and I really wanted to. Pickens had some great moments too. He has some great
catches,
great sideline catches where he just finds a way to get 2 feet in bounds. It's pretty incredible. I don't think there's really anything bad to say about either of these two teams. It was just a good game. It was a good slugfest.
Shout out to Najee. He had his best performance of the year.
And Kenny Pickett. I feel like Kenny Pickett's
had a good game.
Pickett's
too.
getting better and better each week.
Did you start Najee in fantasy? Wow, you lucky man.
Lucky? No.
He
Not
didn't have anybody
lucky.
else to start above him.
He hasn't scored above 13 this season besides this game. Shout out to Najee. Maybe he'll turn around. Maybe he'll become RB1 for the rest of the season.
All right, let's calm down.
They're lucky they played the Bengals, though. The defense. You can't give up 30 points to the Steelers. It's a little worrisome.
I noticed that one of you actually put Commanders Texans on our script for today.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to
What
Taylor
an
Heineke.
odd game to talk about, but yeah, okay, go for
Taylor
it.
Heineke is the official starter moving forward. No more Carson Wentz in Washington. So shout out, congrats to Taylor Heineke.
Why no more Carson Wentz?
Well, Heineke was named the starter.
Oh, wow. Well, good for him. After that win versus the Eagles, I think he deserves it for sure.
Yeah.
Resident Saints fan, what do you got to say about demolishing the Rams? Which thank you for that.
I can't say what I want to say because we're on air, but screw the Rams. Very happy with this win.
Huh, I'm curious about what you're going to say. Yeah, the Rams. What a Super Bowl hangover this has been.
They just stink. They stink. Their defense is bad. Their offense is even worse.
Yeah, arguably worse.
And they let Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, just destroy them. Shout out Chris Olave, absolutely torched Jalen Ramsey for a nice touchdown. And, you know, the
I think
Saints,
he should get some votes for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He should.
He's not going to win, but he should get some votes.
If he had, a quarterback, I think he'd be even more in that conversation. But, that I've talked about that way too much. But, when Andy Dalton's throwing 3 touchdowns against you, you're not going to win. It's just not good. Taysom Hill was involved in the offense more.
Is
I
Jameis
really
still
like
injured?
that. They said he's fully healthy, but Dennis Allen said that he was still, going under some stuff. So who knows what that means? But yeah, I'm excited about this. This going forward. They didn't give up. They beat the Rams, who we have a rivalry against, and we'll see what the Saints can do going forward.
Bills Browns, great, bounce back win for the Bills after, Josh Allen, who is a quarterback that can take accountability for himself. He said after the game that he needed to be better. Bills Browns, did we see him get better? Did we see him perform better?
He did. He played really well. Shout out for the NFL for moving the game out of Buffalo because they got 6 feet of snow. My God,
Which is taller than Devin Singletary.
And Nick Chubb.
So that would have been cool to see them running through the snow.
The Bills' run defense is really good.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, 14 carries for 19 yards.
That is shocking. That is probably the most shocking stat of the week.
Shout out to Jacoby Brissett, though. He had himself a game. Him and Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper played well.
Yeah, my boy.
So Deshaun can come back now?
I thought it was week 13.
13?
Or, I don't know.
12.
I have no idea. 12?
I think week 11's their bye, so next week's their bye, and then he's back after that.
Really?
Okay.
Because it's whenever the Browns are playing the Texans, it's the game he's back.
This might be a stupid question. Is this season salvageable? 3-7 with Deshaun coming back? No.
No.
They have a very easy end of their season, though.
Doesn't they finish 9-7? I don't think 9-7 is good enough to get in the
even if
playoffs
they win
in the
out.
AFC.
With the head-to-head, I don't think so.
It's a shame. But, there's always next year.
Is it a shame? It's
Wow.
the Browns.
Hate them.
All right, last game before we get into our trivia, Monday Night Football predictions, and Thanksgiving predictions. Ravens-Panthers.
Ravens won again.
That's smile
I think
on his face.
that's all that needs to be said. They
You wrote that down, so that's all you had to say? Was Ravens win again?
They won again. Ravens 7-3, beating bad teams.
13-3 against the Panthers.
They get the job done. Hey, at least that's a 2-score game. What about those Vikings with all those wins? I hear the Vikings beating the Texans by 3. We don't hear a peep about that. But the Ravens beat the
Trivia
Panthers
question.
by
I'm
10.
done with Liam talking about these Vikings.
Yeah. Let's get into the trivia.
Okay. I got 2 trivia questions today. First one's the NFL one. As my takeaway for the week, Patrick Mahomes, game-winning drives. What 10 quarterbacks in NFL history have the most career game-winning drives?
Tony Romo.
Is it 10 quarterbacks?
10 quarterbacks. No, Tony was not.
Tom Brady.
yeah.
You started
Tom Brady.
with Tony Romo?
I don't know.
Can you
Weird
guess how many Tom Brady has?
Too many.
I would not be able to
Too
guess.
many.
I don't even know.
55, yeah. Pretty
Oh,
close. That was pretty close. Good guess.
Whoa.
All right, who else? Tom Brady's
Manning.
number 1.
Rodgers?
Peyton Manning's
Rodgers?
number 2.
Is Rodgers,
Rodgers,
on there?
no.
Rodgers isn't on there?
Nope.
Nice.
Is Russell Wilson on there?
Nope.
Good.
Joe Montana.
Nope.
Brett Favre.
Yep.
The real Danny Dimes, Dan Marino.
Yes.
Little shot right there.
Yeah, it was a little shot.
Hey, I'm starting him on my fantasy team. It was a joke.
Drew Brees.
Yep, he's number 3.
How many do we have left?
We did 5, right?
You have 5 left.
We have 6 through 10 left.
You have
Any more current
number
players
4.
or no?
Yep, 1 current guy. 2 current guys.
2 current guys.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco.
Nope.
Matt
What
Ryan.
a bad
Yep,
guess.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, yeah.
Another current guy who's not making the playoffs this year.
Not making the playoffs. Do.
Won a Super Bowl last year.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that, yeah.
All right, 3 other guys. 1 recently retired.
Big Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 guy's an owner or president of a team right now.
Elway.
Yep. And 1 guy lost the 3rd Super Bowl.
Lost the 3rd Super Bowl?
Yep. Lost to the Jets. Played for the Colts. Johnny Unitas.
Oh.
Okay.
And Eli Magg's number 11.
I was going to
Shout
say,
out
is
for him.
Eli's
Eli's
on
11.
our
Where's
list?
the top 10 lists?
Yep.
Wow. God, that wasn't very nice.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so we briefly touched on how Sean, introduced this incredible wager last week, and I think Liam and I all thought, oh, geez, it's going to be 2 easy losses for Sean, or just a loss for Sean in general if the Commanders cover but don't win. But no, the Commanders came in there and gave the Eagles their first loss of the season, which, I'm not too mad about that. So, updated standings. We'll have to figure out how to make this all even by the end of the day, or by the end of the year. But Liam is 5-5. I am 5-5. Sean is 6-5. Liam took the L with the Eagles. I took the dub with the Commanders, and Sean took 2 massive slimy dubs with the Commanders winning it all money line. Tonight is 49ers versus Cardinals. Who is the home team here? Because it is in Mexico City.
Gotta be.
Whose home game is this?
Maybe. Who's closer? Is it the
I
Cardinals?
don't even matter.
Yeah,
I,
Gotta
think,
be the Cardinals, right? San Francisco.
Does that matter though?
Gotta be.
I don't think that matters. I think it's basically like
Coin toss, something like that.
it's technically a Cardinals home game.
Wasn't the first ever game that they played in Mexico City? Wasn't it Cardinals Niners?
Maybe I thought it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be Rams, Chiefs, and then it got moved to the Coliseum because that's when they put up that crazy 52-49 game in.
That game.
Yeah, I think that was
That
supposed to be
great.
Mexico City.
That Monday night game. That was great.
All right. Anyway, 49ers Cardinals. I'll start it off because I'm in first. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Jeez.
Love that. They're my Niners, so I'm going with the Niners. But 10 points is a big line for them. I'm going with them though. I'm not confident with this pick, but I will ride with what I talk, and I'll back up what I say.
You stay true to your guns.
Yes,
I
I
like
do.
that.
49ers cover.
Liam, what do you got?
You took the dub.
No.
This past week I didn't. So
Thank you. That's very
Last.
nice of you. I'm gonna go Cardinals cover 2. This whole season, I think I'm doing better than I did last season. Is that right or no?
yeah,
At this point,
you are.
and it's really just because I've been looking more at the lines. 10 is a lot. The Cardinals, I think their record is worse than what they've actually been doing. They've just been finding ways to lose games, but you still have Kyler Murray. You still have a good defense. I just don't see them losing by 10. And you know what? We talk about prime time and being at home and away. I don't know what is going to happen in Mexico City. Maybe something happens that just gives the Cardinals some sort of momentum. Maybe they get some good food down there or something. I don't know. But I'm going to go Cardinals cover. Let's go shout out all our short kings out there. Let's go Kyler Murray game.
Liam?
I'll ride that with you, Truitt. I'll go Cards cover as well. I was tempted to take my double or nothing.
Here for the Cardinals winning.
Wow.
The Cardinals winning, but
You're not going to?
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save
Yeah.
it for when, after me and Truitt kind of we jump rank next week with this pick. I'll save it for the end of the season when, I can build more of a buffer against rank.
Okay. For a nice fun segment this week because it's got some nice Thanksgiving Day football. Always love it. In traditional fashion, Bills, Lions. First game of the day.
Always the Lions. On Thanksgiving.
Always Lions Thanksgiving. Bills, 9-point favorites. We should go reverse order this time. Liam, who you got?
I'm gonna take Bills cover because they just played in Detroit. You know, they got a nice win in Detroit. I think they'll get another one. I think they're gonna win pretty handedly, and you know, break some more Detroit stables.
Did they actually break any?
Well, the Lions tweeted out, "Please don't break any tables
Oh,
and
yeah,
lock
yeah.
the door when you leave."
That's really funny,
Yeah.
actually. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bills cover too. This, yeah, I just think like to completely just like go against the logic I used for Niners Cardinals. Yeah, I think Bills are gonna win by like 13.
It's the Lions on Thanksgiving. They're covering this game.
Go do another double down. Go Lions.
I'm
win.
not double down on this one, but a couple years ago, I don't even know who the Lions quarterback was, but some bum was out there and he led them to a victory. The Lions Thanksgiving, they get hyped up, they get excited. Dan Campbell have them firing on all cylinders. Lions covering this game.
A game near and dear to Sean's heart. Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys are 9-point favorites at home. And Sean, let's not even ask you. Like, I think you're gonna take Giants cover. I'm assuming.
Giants cover. Sticking my guns. They're going to cover this game.
Anybody want to double down and
I
take
hope
the
they win this, but they're definitely covering this game. I'm not doubling down for the win, though.
I'm gonna go Giants cover too. Liam.
I guess I've been left no choice. I don't.
I
want-
mean, you could.
There's so many games going this week, Liam, that we could go equal on one of them if you wanted to.
I really want to see the Giants cover.
So then
this
do it.
one. I'll take. Okay, I'll ride with you guys.
Giants will be covering +9. Anybody not for the for the wagering purpose, but does anybody think the Giants are gonna win? I mean, obviously, Sean, you want the Giants to win.
I think they can win. I think they're going to win. Yeah, but
I guess
I'm
that was
completely
a dumb,
biased.
That was a dumb question to ask.
Yeah,
but
Liam,
Liam,
you too?
No.
I think they could win. I think their probability of winning is not accurately reflected in the 9-point line.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what?
I think it should be a 4.5-point line.
I'm flip flopping. I'm taking Cowboys cover.
Oh wow!
I'm taking Cowboys cover. I don't think the Giants have any weapons this week besides Saquon.
Daniel Jones' legs.
Oh God. Yeah. Wait till he meets up with Mike.
Have
Parsons.
you heard his nickname? Hear what Saquon calls Daniel Jones?
Oh Lord.
Vanilla Vic.
What?
Saquon's nickname for Daniel Jones is Vanilla Vic.
That is something else. It's interesting.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Pats Vikings.
Oh,
Vikings
God.
3-point favorites at home
God.
for Vikings. So essentially, this is a
Pick 'em.
pick 'em. Yeah.
Liam?
I hate this so much. I'll use my triple or nothing and say the game ends in a tie. No. I'm kidding. God, this pains me. I hate both teams so much. Vikings at home. I'll let them cover. Oh, it's terrible.
I'll just go real quick. Vikings are covering. Nothing else said.
Vikings covering. Although this screams trap game. Oh, hold the brakes on mine.
God, what a terrible game. What a terrible game.
This is just such a trap game.
I hope it ends 0-0.
Screw it. Go Pats. Pats cover. I should double down here because it's only a 3-point.
You
But
can't
I'm
double
not-
down 3
Can't-
points.
I thought it's got to be
it's
like.
got like a 9 point.
Oh,
okay,
okay. That makes sense.
I'd say more than a touchdown line.
Yeah, that's fair.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna go Pats cover. Give some diversity here. Yeah. So this week's gonna be really big for the prediction standings. This counts towards our totals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be
Everything can be completely different.
yeah, it's good. A very important game or very important week here. Let's jump into some NBA. We have some topics to talk about. NBA season is in full gear. I think most teams are around 13, 14 games in right now. So I think our overreactions and way too early predictions start to become predictions and reactions. I would like to introduce the topic of the Kings, who have just won 6 in a row. Great blowout win against the Nets. De'Aaron Fox is looking good. Sabonis is looking good. Terrence Davis is looking good. Harrison Barnes is there on the roster.
Malik Monk's been
Monk has been looking good, and I was really mad about that signing because he was the this is my take that I stand by. He was the only good player for the Lakers last year, besides LeBron, but LeBron was not available for most of those games. Yeah, I think it's time for the Kings to be good in the NBA, and I'm gonna save. I know Sean's been saying this stat repetitively, so say your stat about the California teams,
The Kings are the best team in California,
record-wise.
record-wise. Are they the best?
When has that been the case? Has that ever been the case?
Like even in whenever the Kings were good with Chris Webber, I think
The Lakers are still
Lakers still
Kobe Shaq era.
Lakers still Kobe Shaq era. So I don't know. I don't think it's ever been done.
Crazy times.
Who
Who would have thought after the Halliburton trade that they would actually be reaping some benefits this season?
I like it.
I hate to be the Debbie Downer for every single basketball take we have, but the Kings are playing really well right now. De'Aaron Fox is looking great. I still think they're a play-in team at most.
Yeah, I think
that's fine.
I don't think that's
but
Debbie
that's
Downer.
But they were a play-in team last year also, so
were they?
did they not get the 10 seed? Oh, no, the Spurs got the 10 seed over the
Yeah.
Kings.
I still think that's a good.
I think it's great progress for them. I think it's a great year for them. I'm pulling the brakes a little bit on them because I think a lot of these teams in the play-in game right now, like the 7 through 11 of the Clippers, Pelicans, Mavs, Timberwolves, Warriors, I think easily one of those guys could finish top 4. Like you look at the gap between first and 11th right now it's crazy.
Yeah.
3.5 games are separated between the Jazz and 11.
You could lump the Thunder in there too.
Yeah. 4 games between Jazz and 12th place. I think this entire Western Conference standings are going to go up and down constantly this year. A lot of good competitive teams. I think eventually the cream of the crop will rise to the top.
Bars. Yeah, shout out to the Beam team though.
But yeah,
Shout out to the Beam team.
Yeah.
You see that? They shoot a purple beam above the arena. They
Yeah.
shoot into the sky every time they win.
they're like 6-0 since that started.
I mean, they probably weren't shooting that many beams last year.
No, they started this year.
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't shoot any beams last year.
I mean, good for them, and hopefully they shoot a lot more beams because
They're fun to watch.
De'Aaron
too.
Fox has
Ooh.
wildly been inefficient his whole career, even though he's
He's got high
fast as
usage
all.
rate.
He's got a high usage rate. He's fast. Shooting is he's great at finishing. He's an above average playmaker. I think he's getting a little bit more efficient as he's getting older. Sabonis, multiple time All-Star. Like people forget that. Just because people look at the Pacers as winning that trade doesn't mean that the Kings didn't get any value out of that trade. And hindsight's 2020. Maybe having too many guards, with Sabonis and Halliburton and Buddy Hield and Davion Mitchell, maybe you could have gotten more value for Halliburton, but I think getting him out of there wasn't a terrible, terrible thing when you get a nice big man to pair with De'Aaron Fox. And I mean, hopefully this duo works out, and I would say ceiling 7 seed. I'm gonna argue your take, Sean. I'm gonna say ceiling 7
Yeah,
seed.
it's fine.
That's still
It's
a
still a playing game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still playing.
But not like a 10-11, I'm sorry, not like a 9-10, like a
Yeah, but
7-8.
you look to these teams, I don't know who I can put them above. I would Clippers, Pelicans,
The
Mavs,
West is
Timberwolves
just-
are all
the
better.
West is too deep.
We watched them absolutely annihilate the Nets.
Yeah.
The Kings. It was a
Well,
great
the-
game
it's
for
the-
them.
the
I mean,
Nets.
it's the Nets, but still, they held KD in check and they dropped 150 on them.
They're an exciting young team to watch, and I hope they do well. I need a little more.
Yeah, that's fair. They're very, very unproven.
Yeah,
Very unproven. But hopefully they can keep it up.
hopefully.
They're an exciting team.
All right, what do you guys got next?
Can I give a quick shout out to Ben Simmons?
4?
Put up 22 points last night. Had a great game, and then in the press conference,
Oh, about Philly.
asked about how he's ready to play Philly in a couple days. Oh, he was all excited.
Yeah, he better play Philly.
I am so excited.
Chicken.
He's going to go in there. He's going to drop 30 on the
Okay.
Sixers.
Okay.
And all those crying Sixers fans, I just love it. Be a huge Nets fan this week. Huge Ben Simmons guy this week.
Oh.
So excited.
Huge Ben
Did that
Simmons.
feel good to say?
No, it did not.
Yeah, I was,
Does anybody have a trash can for Sean? I think he's gonna vomit his
Tomorrow,
breakfast.
7:30, I will be sitting on my couch and I will be watching this game. So
Is
excited.
this prime time?
I don't even know what they're on, but we're in Philly, so we get games.
Yeah, that's true. Who cares?
I want to switch gears to the Celtics, and as much as it pains me to say this to you, Sean, they are a complete
Yeah, they're on
wagon.
TNT.
9 straight wins for the C's. They've looked really good.
Whew!
They've looked really good.
Wait. I had questions. Did somebody on the show keep saying the Cavs are better than the Celtics? Are you guys keeping up with that
I don't
prediction?
think anyone said that.
Yeah, you did.
Did
You
we?
guys were asked. I asked you to rank him, and you guys were putting him as 2 seeds.
I don't remember that.
You're gonna have to find the footage of that.
Yeah.
I will
can't-
go through the things, and next show I will come back on
Yeah,
with it.
with
You
the
do
Vikings. I had the Vikings tapes in there too. But yeah, they've beaten some good teams. Pretty sound wins. I'm looking at smoked the Hawks, smoked the Pelicans, slipped by the Thunder, smoked the Nuggets.
Emphasis on slipped by the Thunder.
Best point
smoked
differential in
the
the league.
Knicks. Yeah, best point differential in the league.
Playing great defense, scoring. Tatum's MVP candidate right now.
Jaylen Brown right now is averaging. He just has better stats than Paul George. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
More points, more assists, more rebounds.
Paul George is a bum.
Just saying.
Certified bum.
As a number two, he's doing.
Brogdon's playing well. I think great acquisition.
So.
One of the biggest acquisitions of the offseason.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for a while.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how that went so unnoticed.
Mhm.
Rookie of the year, right there. Rookie of the year. Okay. I'll address the Cavs thing. I think the Celtics have the 2 best players out of those 2 teams in Tatum and Brown, but I like the Cavs roster better. Now, granted, I think they need like 2 more bench pieces.
I can't get behind that take. I like the Cavs starting 5 and everything, but their roster Celtics
Yeah,
just
I
have
guess
depth. They just have
Yeah,
depth
okay,
everywhere.
I misspoke. I'll admit I misspoke.
Really shut him down right there, Leo.
No, you can say it to me. Just admit you misspoke. You
Yeah,
can say it to me.
Admit you misspoke.
I misspoke. I misspoke. I don't know. I really like Garland and Donovan Mitchell,
And they're fun to watch,
I,
but
I like the Cavs too, Truitt.
and I think that front court defensively is scary. I don't know. The Cavs have had some injuries. We'll see. We'll see at the end of the year. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pump the brakes on ranking those 2 teams.
Robert Williams is still hurt. Robert Williams has
I
not
like
played this year,
Robert Williams.
and he's one of their best players.
I do like Robert
Hey,
Williams.
During their 5-game collapse
He got robbed
collapse.
of a DPOY last year.
this season, the Cavs have had multiple of their top 4 players missing in every single game.
Mhm.
So, injuries are going to play a big part for them. They do have a great roster.
You could argue Donovan Mitchell's playing as good as Tatum this year.
You could argue Donovan Mitchell's still in the MVP. He's in the MVP talks for sure.
Garland just dropped 50.
Okay. Maybe he's playing as well as Tatum, but Tatum's done in the playoffs, and Don Mitchell's not.
I didn't say anything about the playoffs. I'm just saying right now.
Then didn't Donovan Mitchell come back from a 3-1 lead?
No, he blew a 3-1
He
lead.
blew one. Oh, yeah.
Who
Oops.
misspoke now?
Oops.
The two of you are not
you
doing,
misspoke. Admit you
I
misspoke.
misspoke.
the two of you
I
not doing well right now.
Jazz slander. I'm all for it. Well, not anymore. Speaking of Jazz slander, top seed in the West. Isn't that crazy?
4-game differential between 12th, though.
We're
crazy.
living in a fantasy land.
Lauri-
How long
Oh,
will
yeah.
this keep going?
Lauri
much
Markkanen is
longer.
hitting game winners over the Suns. Come on now.
By the time we go back on the show after Thanksgiving break, the Jazz are like a 6 seed in the West.
I took a.
Probably, but you can't take that away from them now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I hadn't done the best Jazz research so far this season, so I took a minute a couple days ago to watch some Lauri Markkanen highlights. A statement I never thought I would say in my life.
Man's balling.
Man is balling.
He's balling.
I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but
He's eating his Wheaties.
he's eating his Wheaties. You're darn right he's eating his Wheaties, and he is playing out of his mind. I don't know where this came from, because he didn't do this on the Bulls. He didn't do this on the Cavs. What other team? He's been on another team, right? No, it was just those two teams. My God. Wait, like, how did this happen?
First time All-Star Louis Markkinen. First time All-Star Shea.
Book it. Book it.
Book it. Is the Northwest the best division in the NBA right now? I think it might be.
Ooh, I like that statement.
I think it might be.
It might be.
The Thunder are the only team below 500, and they're one loss below 500. Everyone else is Minnesota's 500.
And the Thunder have the
other two
MVP of the
guys.
season. Yeah,
What-
okay.
what?
I admit I misspoke. I misspoke.
A lot of misspeaking going on.
Can I read some? Will you guys allow me to read some Shea stats, or am I overdoing that? You can say
you
no.
got 3 minutes.
3 minutes to read Shea.
No, we'll give you 1 minute because I
Yeah.
want to talk about some other things.
Okay.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I
fair.
got some World Cup excitement right now.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
no, yeah, we got to get to that. Let me just let me pull up his basketball reference game log. You know, if everyone listening, if you haven't watched Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, aka the GOAT, aka the franchise, if you haven't watched him play basketball this season, I think you should do that. Before they lost to the Grizzlies, which was a bad performance, 15 points. I'll just read you the game log. Going backwards, 42 points, 37 points, 37 points, 20, 39, 33, 18, 37, 34, 38, 24, 33, 28, 32 points. I mean, the man is balling. The man is balling. He's doing it efficiently. And that's all I got because I've said all this last show. And, you know, I apologize to all the listeners who just heard that and are now on their way to spend money to go get a Shea jersey. But you know what? That's your fault because he's good. They're 7-8. They will make the play-in tournament. We don't need Wemby. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Quick NBA CP3. What are we thinking about CP3?
CP bum.
Garbage.
I really like Chris Paul, but
Garbage.
I think I showed you.
You showed us
guys
that, the Karen Payne thing.
The stat muse thing that Karen Payne is way outperforming him as a starter.
Yeah, see, he's getting up there in age. I think he's got some room to improve, but we'll see how it goes throughout the year.
Averaging 9 points.
Not a great start.
9 assists. Shooting terribly.
His playmaking ability on the court though is just unmatched.
Unmatched. I mean, you look at him, you look at, you know, LeBron, you look at Russ. I mean, I think they're all just kind of falling off cliffs. I think this is the time, you know. And Liam, if you want to talk about LeBron, because
No,
You-
you
you
know
can
what?
say-
You know what? This makes me a little angry. You know, Russ played terrible last season. He got slandered every minute for it. Chris Paul's been garbage this season. I haven't heard a peep. He's been garbage.
thank you.
I haven't heard a peep. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay, now we can get into LeBron. LeBron's falling off a little bit. He's not aggressive. Doesn't have his first.
3-0 without LeBron right now.
Yeah, he's not aggressive. He's shooting badly. He's a hole on their offense. Hole. It's just when they pass it to him, he holds it for 5 seconds, and then tries to dribble past someone. He can't really do that anymore.
He's having shockingly
He's just not aggressive.
uncharacteristically low IQ moments sometimes in the court on offense, and it's really confusing to see. You know, he's injured right now, which is also sad. Something with the groin, and he had that, you know, massive groin injury. Not massive groin, but massive injury to his groin. The first year of the Lakers, back when there was Ingram and Lonzo. So hopefully this isn't like a trend or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, this is I don't know.
It's sad to see though.
It's sad to see this because AD is playing really well. He's putting up 35, 15 games, which is like the first to do it since Shaq. Russ is kind of finding his role. It's going to maximize him, even if it's not a high ceiling. He's reaching the ceiling with his new role, and it just so happens that LeBron is playing bad for the first time in his career, and this roster sucks. Yeah. It's just it's unfortunate that these things weren't realized. You know, maybe last year,
Rob Pelinka.
or the year before. Like maybe if AD was putting up 30, 35, and 15, you know, the year they lost to the Suns, like maybe, you know, maybe that wouldn't have been the case. Yeah, Rob Pelinka. Admit you misspoke, Rob Pelinka. That's all I gotta say.
I don't think anything more needs to be said. I hope LeBron can turn it around because he is the king. He's the GOAT of our generation, and it's better for basketball when he's playing well. So Hope he can turn it around. That's all I gotta say.
Trivia question time?
Trivia question time, and then World Cup.
Okay.
And then we're out of here for our Thanksgiving turkeys.
Since we talked about game-winning drives, I want to go most buzzer beaters in NBA history. Top 5 guys.
Wait, by buzzer beaters, is it just fourth quarter game winners, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so no like second quarter. Oh, I made
No.
3. We're still down.
Buzzer
by
beater
15.
game winners. Buzzer beater game winners. Top 5. LeBron is number 4. He's got 7.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's number 1 with 9.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant's number 2 with 8.
Okay, here we go.
Now we're getting tougher.
Now
Little
we get
tougher.
Tougher, little tougher. Any old guys on the list? Like way old heads?
No, nobody's really old.
No old heads?
No. All have played since the 2000s. 2 guys have played since the 2000s.
How many current?
Nobody's current anymore.
Nobody's current anymore.
There's 2 guys who are not current.
Let's see. Game winners. This might be a weird one. Is Tim Duncan on there?
Nope.
No?
Tracy McGrady?
Nope.
Well, that's a good guess.
Both small forwards.
Both small forwards.
Not current.
Not current.
But they played in the 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
That's a
Oh.
good guess.
Paul
Good guess.
Pierce.
Good
Oh.
guess.
7, tied with LeBron.
That's terrible.
All right, now this other guy's tied with Kobe with 8.
Wow. This guy's clutch.
He's got a nice nickname too.
Is it? No.
He's got a nice nickname.
He's not really. He's like, I don't know if he's won a championship. He's not like.
Oh.
Like that.
Big member Bob.
No, it's not that nice of a nickname.
That's a nice nickname. Robert Ory, for anyone that didn't know.
No.
But, like, that's not a bad guess, right?
No, it's not a bad guess.
Cool
He's
nickname,
clutch.
and he's clutch.
And he's
He's not that
clutch.
cool. Not that cool of a nickname.
Um,
Can I tell you the teams he played for? Will that help?
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, he has played for the Celtics for a year, the Suns for 3 years, the Hawks for like 7 years, the Nets for
Joe
4.
Johnson.
Joe
ISO
Johnson.
Joe.
ISO Joe,
baby.
Joe. ISO.
With
Okay.
8 buzzer beaters.
This is
ISO Joe Johnson.
very off topic. I've had this debate with my home friends for a while. Is ISO Joe a Hall of Famer?
Probably not.
Probably
Do
not.
they let anyone in the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not.
Come on.
All right, I gotta tell you, the guys who've
Come
gotten
on.
5 buzzer beaters, there's 5 of them tied with it. Andre Iguodala,
Iggy.
I want Iguodala.
Gilbert Arenas,
Agent Zero.
Gilly Gunman.
Dwayne Wade, Vince Carter,
Insanity.
and the big ticket, Kevin Garnett.
Wow, that surprised me. Kevin Garnett's got 5 game winners. Wow. That's really surprising.
Yeah. Can we switch topics to the World Cup?
Go for
Yes.
Starting
it. Sean
this
is
week,
wearing his USA,
USA jersey. Got breaking news. The lineup was just released 15 minutes ago. The USA starting lineup for today: Matt Turner in goal, Serginho Dest, Walker Zimmerman, Tim Reams, and Tone Robinson in the back. Tyler Adams playing the pivot. Musa and McKennie above him. Way Sargent and Pulisic up top. Sounds like some goals today.
I like this squad.
I love Tim. I'm so happy Tim Reams starting. He deserves to start.
He's been balling.
Balling at Fulham. Yunus Musa, youngest player to start a World Cup match for U.S. men's national team, 19 years old. Josh Sargent coming back into the team, loving that. I love that Tim Reams playing. I'm surprised Gio Reyna didn't start over Musa, but I like Musa a lot. I'm really excited for this game.
I've seen some clips of some soccer gurus talking on social media, and, you know, there's really no expectation for the United States this year. They have, you know,
Youngest team in the World Cup.
youngest team in the World Cup, really tough group. There's no expectation this year, but when these guys get some experience under their belt, I don't want to look ahead to 2026, but man, they have a good showing here. 2026, it's going to be a very different story.
I think I expect them to get out of this group,
I hope,
especially after the
yeah.
game this morning, because England beat Iran 6-2.
That was huge for goal differential.
Iran's basically out of this game as long as we can. This game tonight,
Basically,
2 o'clock.
it's a decider.
This decides it.
Yeah,
if we can beat Wales, that sets us up amazingly because we go into England, just don't lose by 4 goals. Which, come on now, like that should be a walk in the park. And you just run through Iran, and you're in the you're in the knockout stage.
Which is crazy. It would be absolutely crazy.
This team is the golden generation of a bunch of young guys who are playing in Europe. Like out of the guys who are starting today, only one of them are playing the MLS. Complete 180 from any other teams we've played in the past. Only Walker Zimmerman, who's a great defender, is playing in the MLS. Everybody else is playing in Europe. Lovely.
I think we can definitely use some damage.
These guys are playing in big moments. They're not afraid of this competition. They know what to expect.
In other news, right now the Netherlands is beating Senegal in the 99th minute. They're not in overtime or extra time. Excuse me. They're up 2-0. Oh, they just scored.
Let's go.
They just scored.
Watched the game earlier. Senegal looks good.
Well, they're down 2-0.
I know, but they played well for most of the game, for the first half.
Yeah.
Netherlands had some
That is a
chances.
tough game, though, against the Netherlands. Good, really good squad.
Yeah. De Jong,
but yeah.
Van Dijk. I'm really excited for this World Cup.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot
Great
of fun.
opportunity. I'm excited to watch these games.
It's coming home.
Not to England, it ain't.
Right
Next
here,
Friday.
Right here.
This week in sports might be one of the best weeks ever. You got the World Cup going on. You got Thanksgiving football. Villanova, Iowa State on Thursday.
Woo!
Possibly a rematch. Possibly Villanova, North Carolina next weekend.
That would be huge. That would be so
USA, England. I don't know where to get started. I'm so excited. If you like college football, Ohio State, Michigan. There's nothing better.
Nothing better.
Nothing better than this week in sports.
It's a great time for sports. Honestly, it's a great time. Football, basketball, college, World Cup. The World Cup's not usually this time of year, right?
No, it's because it's Freiburg and Qatar, and it's too hot in Qatar in the summertime, so they have to cool it off in the winter. It's a disaster.
Interesting. Is it true they're paying fans?
Yeah, and they banned beer.
They banned beer.
Banned beer. Yeah.
2 days ago, they banned it.
Well,
It's really funny because, like, I don't know what the sponsor thing. It's like Heineken's their sponsor. So, like, whoever got the man of the match thing yesterday had, like, a Heineken, like, trophy, but they can't drink beer.
It's
wow.
kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I kind of want to end the show the way we started the show, but my only rules is my English teacher actually made us do this the other day. You got to say one thing you're thankful for. Can't be something we said at the beginning. Can't be family or friends, and it can't be the show. Sean.
Liam can start.
Oh, Liam.
No, you lead
Me?
us off.
Yeah, I
All right. Well,
No.
I'm grateful for this university. Great education, beautiful campus. That is what I'm thankful for. Especially Bartley.
You got it, Sean.
Okay, come on, guys.
I am thankful for sports. Thankful for being able to play the sports I love, and yeah, thankful for being able to play basketball and soccer and enjoying it.
I can't pick what was already said.
No.
Um,
That's why I wanted you guys to go to first.
I am thankful for. Actually, yeah. Woke up this morning, turned on my phone, listened to little Blue Oyster Cult. I'm thankful for music. Made my
Good
morning.
answer. Good
Made
answer.
my morning. Yeah.
And I know we're all thankful for good health and everything. If you're listening to this right now and you're a Twitter user, you don't have to follow us if you don't want to, but go on and tweet at Fun in the Locker Room. I'm thankful for, and then it can be a sports-related thing. It can be, something you're genuinely thankful for. But just know, if you tweet at Fun in the Locker Room, I'm thankful for the Cowboys, we will block you. So don't do that. Or the Eagles, we will block you. And now, before we end the show, birthdays.
Yes. So happy birthday to one of the best announcers in the game, Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
We got a couple baseball stars: Stan the Man Musial,
Wow.
Cardinals legend, and Ken Griffey Jr.
Goat.
Sean, this is for you. Happy birthday to one of the best Giants of all time, Mr. Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see, who else do we have on
Sack
here?
leader, single-year sack leader.
Any young guys?
Late birthday shout out to Chris Jenkins. His birthday yesterday.
Shout out to Chris
yeah.
Jenkins.
Villanova
That's
legend.
right. Yeah, we have to shout that out.
And yeah, that's looking like that's all we got. Happy birthday to those great athletes.
Awesome. And you know what? I'll make an edit. Troy Aikman, if you tweet us, I'm thankful for the Cowboys. We won't block you. Don't worry. All right, everybody. This has been Fun in the Locker Room. Well, we have Fun in the Locker Room every week, Monday, around 11:30. Just be here by 11:30. Fun in the Locker Room. We have some fun. You'll have some fun with us in the locker room. Happy Thanksgiving from the three of us, from Villanova, from the entire 89.1 FM, The Roar family. Have a great holiday, safe holidays. Eat some turkey. Watch some football. We'll see you back here on Monday.